Michael Steele, thanks for joining me. Let's talk about why you decided to stay out of. You saw some Senate leaders, you saw State Party Chairman Jim Greer try to unite behind Charlie Crist over
Well,
Marco
that's
Rubio.
that's a state local action. I mean, that you expect that parties do what parties have to do, and at the end of the day, as a national chairman of the national party, my responsibility and my role is to wait until the people of Florida have made their choice, and when they do, we'll be ready to come into the table and help the nominee as much as we can. It's been a rule I've lived by since I was a county chairman and as a state chairman, and now as national chairman, you really have to respect the decision-making process that the people in the community have before them, and so let them work it out, and we'll go from there.
Charlie Crist was one of the very few leading Republicans to get out and endorse the stimulus package. Was that in any way helpful to the Republicans?
That's not a decision I get to make, and that's for the people of Florida to decide. And I think the governor, people need to understand, being governor is not as simple as right or left or up or down. It's leadership, and it takes a lot of hard work, and you got to balance a lot of things. And I think Charlie Crist has spoken to the people of Florida about that, and they get to judge it. That's what elections and primaries are all about. And as I said it before, I wish them both well.
But at one point, you suggested you might be willing to primary people, if you remember.
Look, okay, let me just make this real easy for you. I've told you what I've had to say about this primary. The folks here in Florida, as in Kentucky and in New York and Pennsylvania, all around the country, are going to be making their decisions about their campaigns and their elected officials over the next few months through the primary process. The Republican Party, the national leadership will be prepared at the time we're requested to come in and help those candidates, those campaigns to win. My bottom line is I want a good, strong Republican nominee for governor, for Senate, for dog catcher, running against Democrat opponents in 2010, and my intent and goal is to win.
Give me, what's the landscape in Florida? If this nationally is an election that may be about change, where parties in power are in trouble, does that mean
the bottom line is every election is about change. And, some people make a cottage industry out of it. But the reality of it is you need to do more than say the words. And I think that's part of the problem that you see now with the Obama administration is that they're just words. And people are bothered by that, and they're concerned about the direction the country is going on health care, on taxes, cap and trade, card check, all these agenda items that have sprung up that weren't a part of the debate in '08 and suddenly now are part of the policy decisions that are being made, have really brought pause to people. So like New Jersey and Virginia this year, 2010 will be an opportunity for the people to test and to tell leadership about what they feel and what they think about these issues and the policy directions they're taking the country.
Are you paying any attention to our governor's race? A lot of Democrats have great hopes with Alex Sink running as
Well, I'm
governor.
sure they do. The Democrats always have hope.
Have you paid much attention? Is she a
Yeah, of course I have. I think the Republican nominee will do very well here in Florida for governor. And I think, as I said before, our senatorial candidate will do well. Our legislative officers will do well. Grassroots community candidates will do well. But it's going to take work. I mean, this is not, again, we are in a process of building and strengthening the party, bringing it back in a way that it's going to engage with voters. And that's going to take some work, and it's going to take a lot of listening, a lot of paying attention, as you said. But I think when we speak to the issues, and I think our candidates have, and they will continue to do that, the voters will respond in a favorable way.
Jim Greer was one of your big early supporters for the chairmanship.
Jim is a great man. He's a good man. I like Jim.
He's got at least some grassroots trouble down there. We've got people calling for his resignation, including today.
You know how many people called for my resignations in the first 3 months I was in this job? So it's tough being chairman. It really is. And Jim was a part of our team. He was actually one of the first people to approach me to think about running for this job. And so I have a great deal of respect for him. I know it's tough. Jim is controversial. Heck, I'm controversial. Leadership can be controversial sometimes, and it should be controversial sometimes. it should push the envelope sometimes. The goal for any chairman is to make their party stronger, to do the best it can, that they can for the party. So I know it's been tough for Jim, but I thank him for the work he's done for us at the national level in representing Florida, and certainly.
Full confidence?
Yeah, why wouldn't I?
Well, you've got some people calling for his resignation, but
Did you hear me do that?
no,
Then
I
should
don't.
tell you everything you need to know. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Michael Steele. I appreciate
All
it.
righty.